Good morning. Welcome to another Monday edition of the Bumper Breakfast Show. Today, the night of March 2026, I want to officially welcome you to another beautiful edition of your darling Bumper Breakfast Show. It is time to serve you breakfast. I know we are fasting, but it is time to eat breakfast. And when we talk about breakfast, you know what I'm trying to talk about. So it is time to serve you words breakfast, where we dissect, analyze matters without any form of bias. My name is Robin Emmanuel Oluwafemi. For sure, they can call me Real, and by God's grace, I'm the host of this beautiful program this morning, alongside with two of my colleagues, where we'll be analyzing and dissecting matters together. Once again, congratulations to you, and you know I would not proceed without saying thank you, God Almighty, for another opportunity to be on the table this morning to have discussion with Nigerians and the people over the world. Welcome to Mitv Plus. On this our station, you can always get connected with us on DSTV, channel 255, on Star Times, channel 119, and on social media. We stream live on Facebook, on YouTube, and you can always get connected with us on the show. You can as well go back to watch, the previous program, just in case if you miss anyone. Anyways, I have to my immediate left, not all the person, but a very colorful human being. I mean, when your life is colorful, I mean, God is answering your prayer. It means things are working for you and things are setting in place for you. And that's why you have Barista Pink, the only fair barista that is pink by name, and they wear black and white. So everything about you is just colored. It's just colored. Good morning, Barista Pink. How are you?
Good morning, Rio. Good morning, Mr. Biola.
Good morning.
Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Lagos. I am Barista Pink Egbe. Welcome to the Bumper Profession.
Thank you very much, Barista Pink. Also, I have one of my fathers, my mentors, my Oga. I mean, he's a whole lot to me when it comes to broadcasting. But when it comes to Monday edition and some other edition, I happen to be hosting him every time. And guess what? I like to call him by his beautiful name because come on, it takes a lot to answer Abiola Ismail. Good morning, Abiola Ismail.
How are you?
I'm very okay.
How was your weekend?
We thank God.
Thank God.
It was fantastic. Yes, we had a fantastic weekend, and we are here again as usual to discuss matters, over the weekend. Over the weekend, a lot happened, and one of the aides of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has been trending on social media for either a good or a wrong reasons. They can tell you, don't make or don't create enemies, because tomorrow you might be friends with your enemies, and things you have said about that your enemy that later became your friend might be very difficult to be unsaid or unseen, and it will be kept forever. Guess what? The social media, don't forget whatever thing that happened. But I will take you through the story of Daniel Bohala. Is it Bohala?
Bohala, you're right.
Bohala. Daniel Bohala react as a /trailer. He had an interview with an international cable, and they were asking him questions. He would deny not saying it, and they will play where he said it. They will ask another question. He would deny. Did you say Tinubu, the current president, was into drug and this? He say, no, I never said that. They will play the video for him where he said it. Did you say the president joined some people to bring in security to the country? He said, no, I never said that. They will play the video for him. And I was like, okay, you can just always say, oh, I said it because I was in the opposition party, and we'll find every reason to
back it up.
And I was surprised that, they were playing your truth for you, and what just came to my head, this is how God is going to judge us on Judgment Day. He said, my son, you misbehaved. My Lord, I did not misbehave. Look at it. Look at all right, so I'll just take a look at the story right this morning. A special advisor to Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on policy communication, Daniel Bohala, has reacted to the controversies surrounding his recent appearance on international cable head-to-head program, saying he was not informed that the interview would address his past statements about the president. In the press statement issued on Saturday, Bohala said The program's producers only told him the discussion would center around government handling of security and economy and corruption. Nowhere in our almost 6 months of communication did they say mention that they were going to challenge my past. If they had been their plan ethically and professionally, they were supposed to inform me so I could prepare my response. But that's okay. Ethically, that is on them, not me. The presidential aide said he was prepared to defend the Tinubu administration anywhere at any time, stressing that his role requires him to promote and explain the government's policies. Buhala also criticized the interview style of program's host, saying the questioning relied on what he described as inaccurate claims attributed to organizations and groups. I refuse to swallow the pill of Mendy's opposition research-style journalism, and even today, if you carefully compare what he read as quotes from organizations and groups, you will see many were inaccurate and some were outright fake news. But the news stated this morning that the interview drew widespread attention after host Mendy confronted Buhala with past statements he allegedly made about President Tinubu while supporting former Vice President Atiku Abubakar during 2023 election campaign. During the exchange, Azan cites remark January 2023, in which Buhala was said to have accused Tinubu of creating militants to influence the election. He said Tinubu started militants in Swart's election corruptly, as I put to Buhala. Tinubu didn't create militants, and I never said that, he responded. As I referred to the claim about alleged clash movement in Tinubu residents during the election, he also said about the bullion van that carried money. He also denied that he never said that. Why was saying all of this? They were playing videos of where he said it. And the thing is, I want to put a pause to the reading now, and let's talk about it now.
Yeah.
There are many people who contested against the president or who supported the president's opposition. And after the election, it's funny how the presidents, they find a way to give them appointment.
Yeah.
This man happened to be one of them. However, I heard it was one time with the APC, he defected to the PDP, he was with Atiku, he defended Atiku almost every time. But this to me is plain like there is no integrity in Nigeria. Because of, it's obvious that because of money and position, the person he discredited later employed him, he left his former boss and came to this place, and he was saying he wasn't prepared, he would talk about his past.
Real. I'm sorry to say this, but a point of correction. Don't say that only in Nigeria. In the present administration of Donald Trump,
Yes.
there is this man with his name who was in the opposition, who talked about Trump was this, Trump was that. Trump employed him. He's presently in the present administration of Trump. It is everywhere. Opposition party will look for everything to play you down. If you are talking about Buhala, or about Reno, Mokri, I know you know him very well. You know, when you have people who are garrulous, they can say anything. But mind you, your principal needs somebody who can talk. You might have, said a lot of things. Let people see him as a bad man. But in as much as the man is now at the helm of affair, he's one cutting all the cuts, I now employ you. The mistake he made, like we said before we started the program, was that, yes, I said it. Then I was in the opposition. It should have cleared the whole thing. Not that you now deny, that you not say, when you're talking to international media, Al Jazeera is not a small organization.
They're not small players in
They have everything. Before any question will be asked, they have answer already.
Facts already.
If you deny it, you just play it. Mr. Buhala, can you please look at this? They will show you everything. No, please, can you please deny? Now, clear this issue. Yes, I said it when I was in PDP. That in fact, you'll be bold to say that. With that one, you are cleared.
Okay. Can I say something? So that's why I always tell people, be fair to your position, or even to your enemies. I hope you understand. When you want to speak, you speak with facts, statements or facts. I hope you understand. Not hearsay facts. You know, some people know how to lie with their full chest. If they want to lie, they will concoct that lie. And by the time they spread that lie so much that even they cannot even retrieve the lie. So they prefer that lie to continue until it gets back to them. That means you shoot them in the foot. Now this was what played out. If it was somebody that was smart, I will say at that time I believe it was true.
Exactly.
You understand?
I
I believe it was true, and my source was so reliable that I thought it was true. I said it. There's something that you need to knock your chest like a gorilla. I said it. But at that time, the person that was giving me that information was somebody that I thought was credible. You cannot deny what you have said. Do you understand? But I have always said this thing, no matter who is your enemy, learn to be fair to that person. And whatever thing you are saying, even if you are sleeping, they wake you up, you should be sure that you will repeat it. And when you find out that that thing is not true, it is your duty to say, after investigation, proper investigation, I found out that it was somebody that was his friend, or somebody that actually looked like him, or somebody with same name that was being mistaken with our president. Do you know what it is to defame somebody with drug allegation? You cannot come back from. Just imagine that if he's not our president, he decides to, he's an accountant, right? And he decides to apply for a job, normal job, but they defamed him that he's a drug addict. How will that impression leave the mind of his employers? Imagine me, that I might not even know him from any background, and they are telling me our president was an ex-drug addict. If you give me what I will not take, because I will believe that they'll drop one small thing inside me and I will become crazy. So you have to be careful dealing with your enemies. Say statement of fact. And when they tell you, you might say, oh, I spoke to Mr. A, who told me that after his investigation. But when I decided, since I did not do a due diligence on my own part, because I've always relied on this person who is supposed to be doing investigation for me, and sometimes people need to tender apology. You think our president is not smart not to bring it in?
Exactly.
See, let me tell you, if you ask me, it's like, see if our president called Al Jazeera, bring this man. This is the time for us to question him, why he was saying all those things then. I will not lie to you, that's what I felt. But you see, this thing is a lesson to other people. You can't start a rumor and go away and think it's okay for you to just speak about somebody. They need to. In short, at this point, I think, I don't know if our president can sue. Because they are playing, it's not that you see, the mistake people make, I always say this thing, the mistake people make is that I cannot sue my friend because he's my friend. You people can still be friends and you sue for so thing, defamation of character, all these gossip people throw out there. It's enough for you to get a suit. Even if you don't want to go to the court, there's something called mediation. When the person answered the call, so why did you start this false news against me? They can, any judgment in mediation is a consent judgment.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Pink. Abiola, is there still anything you want to say about
well, it's just a lesson, just like Mr. Pink said. It's a lesson to every one of us. Whatever you want to say about me or about anybody, please research very well, do your due diligence, and ensure that you have the facts, the figures accurately. That's our lesson in business line. You must have your figure and facts correctly. 0.01 can be.
All right, thank you.
So much.
Well, I'll go to the next story. This next story is about the former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, former governor of Anambra State, Mr. Peter Obi. He said, I will challenge 2026 Electoral Act in court, says Peter Obi. I don't know, maybe it's before election or after election. The 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has formally registered as a member of African Democratic Congress. Obi, who completed his registration in his hometown of Agulu in Aucha local government area of Anambra State on Saturday, said he would challenge the newly passed Electoral Act 2026 in court over what he described as attempts to manipulate the outcome of 2027 general election. He alleged the provision of the new electoral law were designed to facilitate electoral manipulation and undermine the credibility of future elections. The former governor of Anambra State accused the Independent National Electoral Commission of overstepping its constitutional role by attempting to interfere in how political parties conduct their internal processes. According to him, the electoral body should focus on conducting credible elections rather than dictating how parties select their candidates. I am going to challenge the decision in court. INEC has no reason to assume processes in how political parties elect their candidates. Its responsibility is to conduct elections. You don't tell a team how to prepare its players before a match. As a referee, INEC role is to officiate, not to determine which players a team should field, he said. Anyways, Obi said the provision of the new law appears designed to favor the ruling party in the next general election. All laws being created are simply aimed at enabling the ruling party to snatch the 2027 presidential election and run with it, he alleged. I put a pause to that and would discuss about it. It feels like people are already giving excuses for the failure of 2027 election.
That's the way you see it, but I don't see it that way. Peter Obi has a point here. INEC is an umpire here. You have to decide between these Team A and Team B. Then you don't need to tell us that, okay, you are bringing a short man or you are bringing a tall man. The only area where you can come in is, okay, if you have any fraudulent activities, bad characters, maybe you have been in court and all of that. The law has already said that you cannot participate, only that. But for you to tell us that this is the man you must feature as a president,
is there a news that states that INEC was trying to choose for anybody?
They gave two options. No. They said either primary or consensus, right?
Exactly. So the party has the.
I think the timeline for them is short, but if they are smart enough, I don't want people to pick up consensus. It might work for the president because he's already there.
He's already there.
Of course.
So if not,
definitely working.
Yeah, it will play against them if they try to bring in another candidate. But other people, no matter how short that time is, I'm hearing about money, this one. No. For me, that is an excuse, because everybody came with their pride to all these political parties. So at this time, if that during the time of our president, even the SVP also contested, a lot of people I don't even believe. Even Mr. Mechi too, I thought he does not have level. But I was shocked that day. Exactly. You can just imagine somebody I was looking very low. Even the roachers that EFCC was disturbing in his house that same day, even got some points. Yeah, so the truth about this thing is that the primary is a test of your popularity. So I'm not for this consensus. They should leave money alone if they actually want to play this politics. Because bring out money, hire a field, and make sure people come for you, campaign. By the time somebody is a winner, you will respect that person. But when you start bringing in, somebody stepped down some people stepped down for our president back then, but not all. Some people still forge ahead that they need to know that I'm important here. They should actually go for these primaries and forget this consensus, because I'm getting tired of people complaining. Because at the end, this consensus, you still hear that we were not around, we were not told when they picked the person.
Sometimes what brings a consensus candidate is the time frame.
Yeah.
We might not have enough time to conduct the primary. Because at the primary, you're expecting delegates from all the states to come to that venue. The venue might be in Benue, might be in Maiduguri,
There
might
are
be in
two types of primaries, you know. There's
direct
primaries
and
indirect.
All delegates must be there, either direct or indirect.
They can also
Direct-
play with technology
Yeah,
too.
if you are using-
They can
because
play with
direct,
technology
you have to
too.
line up behind the man. Indirect, you have to use
Delegates.
delegates to have a vote and okay, this is the man we are presenting for our listing. Then the last one is consensus. Okay, 6 of you. Who do you think we can nominate? Then they will now agree. Okay, you go. Let this man be your vice. After agreement, then they will put it back. Okay, this is our consensus party.
Okay.
No, this will bring out a lot
Well,
if they
well,
don't put
in
themselves together.
my own opinion, I don't think INEC has overpassed their boundary.
Okay.
Because I feel like they only put out a suggestion out. No matter what, INEC will not force any political party or force any candidate on any political party. Meanwhile, whatever style of election you are using, you want to use to select your candidate. INEC representative must be on
there.
ground,
Yeah, sure. And must
regardless.
comply with
So-
the electoral.
So the more that they must be there, it shows that they are still referee even
Yeah.
in your primary. They still officiate.
They are there as an observer.
As-
So just-
yeah, that's
they are
it.
looking at you.
Yes.
Yeah, but they'll
because-
give back their
Because
reports now.
at the
Yes.
end of the day, if you guys end up going to the court, they will come as a witness too,
Yes.
as INEC representative. So what Peter Obi and the likes are coming, they have not said, oh, it's article you should use, it's Peter Obi should. As a matter of fact, the thing is looking even more favorable in my eye to Peter Obi.
Yeah,
That
more
is
than
making
the
sense.
article, yeah.
You understand? And I wonder if he did not really think it well, or it's me that I'm thinking other way.
Yeah.
Because people are saying Obi must get the ticket in ADC. His followers are saying.
Who are the people? The
his
obedient.
The obedient.
Just the obedient are saying.
Yes, there are still people too, and some other people that are not even obedient.
Obedient.
You know,
Okay.
they said, "Oh, we
Concern-
feel like,
concern-
people
concern
or concern
people, yeah.
Nigeria."
Yeah.
And if they are talking about consensus candidate, I feel like he is the right person to be given that opportunity, because if they do primaries, trust me, Obi cannot get closer to Atiku, not even Rotimi Amechi. No, I'm talking about the delegates.
Yeah,
when
that- now you're
you know
sounding-
how much
yes,
they are
yeah.
paying delegates.
Yes.
You have to bring your delegate from different parts of the country. You will pay for their hotel, pay for their flights,
Yes.
do a lot of crazy spending because they already monetize this thing we're talking about.
Obviously.
But when it comes to consensus, you look at who is capable, who can actually. Obi single-handedly pull up 6.1 million in the last election in a very unstable political party. Apologies to them, but they are still unstable.
But don't be surprised, he might not be able to even pull 2 million this time.
No, that's politics for you. Yesterday,
Because
the
he pulled
the Lagos State governor is saying we are not going to lose to any party like we lost the last election. They have learned their lesson. You understand? But if the fact that Obi even left Labour Party for ADC, where Atiku, Amechi, Aregbesola, El-Rufai, David Mark are, is some people are getting angry. Like, come on, why? And I continue to say it. Why is Obedience not a political party? Why not pull that stunt? Or you just want to go to a place where the yam is done already? Let's eat together, and they will look at your face and tell you, where were you when we went to the market? But you are in a place where he might not be the president this coming election if he build Obedient as a party. But maybe the next election, I don't know, it might not even be the person. It might just be the angel that will create the platform. Because if Obedient becomes a party today, young guys will come out to contest.
Exactly.
They will no longer sell phone for 100 million naira.
Yes.
Because they continue to tell us that it is not about money, it is about service. And that's why, as a matter of fact, they often go fund me some billions of naira for Peter Obi for his campaign. And that money was remaining. Later, we started hearing that some people embezzled, they started going to court. Before you know, the Labour Party already have 4 chairmen in one political party. The problem had to, lift Obi away from the Labour Party to the ADC, who almost everybody in the ADC he has spoken ill of them. Yes. He has talked about how he doesn't want to work with them. Yes. How come we find you among them again? I feel like ADC was designed for Atiku because Wike will never give Atiku any breathing space in the PDP. So Atiku chose to leave. See, if Atiku don't want to contest, he will not join ADC. He will just be neutral until election time. Then you will know who is supporting. But he wants to contest. He already came out to say he's not stepping down for anybody. Rotimi Amechi said he's not stepping down for anybody. We don't know the rest of the people that we still want to contest under this party.
Was already pushing Obi and Kwankwaso.
Somebody somewhere is pushing Obi and Kwankwaso. Kwankwaso had a meeting with them.
Okay, sorry. There's something you made mention of.
Okay.
One of our program back then. You said if only they can implement it or add it to our constitution, that this zone,
yes,
we move from this part to another.
Yes, I remember.
I think it's very important.
We have justice zones.
Yes. I will not blame Atiku when they were saying it's the time for the South. In his mind, it's not constitutional.
But there is an oral agreement that we have been following.
How many people have honored oral agreements?
Now I love that you are speaking from this point of view as a legal practitioner.
Yeah.
I know oral agreement is more or less like
it's
no agreement.
It's like air.
Yeah, you just said it and all. So yes, Atiku can be right.
But
if truly is a patriotic citizen of this country, he should know the right
system of government.
Yeah.
Not all constitutions are written.
But we are not operating
honestly, as long as it's not written, to me, it's not a law.
It's not a law. This is federal, not unitary.
Are we practicing?
It's Ghana. No, it's Ghana that is practicing unitary. We are federal system. And federal system of God, we are guided by our constitution.
Obviously.
So when people are blaming Atiku, I say, but it's not in our constitution.
No, the blame for Atiku is...
It might be in the party's constitution. Every organization has their constitution.
No, it's not even their party constitution. It's an agreement from another paper, another party.
This one started from
another party.
From another party. And other people just felt that it makes sense. Let's allow other people.
So when the Northerners ruled for 8 years, let's bring it to the Southern for another year.
And apart from moving south, we should also look at
Middle Belt.
Apart from Middle Belt, there are some people that are not even represented at all in this government.
Like minority.
Not even from the minority.
Who are the minority?
Like the ones like the Deltans. We have more minority in the Deltans.
The Bayesians.
Yes, than even in other parts of the country. The Middle Belt, they've got themselves.
So when you say they are not represented, how do you mean? Because
have you ever seen an Isoko man, even a VP?
Former President Goodluck Jonathan was from Bayelsa.
Bayelsa is not Isoko. That is Bayelsa.
And minority. You are right. And minority.
But
because of former President Olusegun Obasanjo picking an Hausa man, Yahadua, now looking for a Southerner. Okay,
and went to the minority.
So that's what I'm saying. The way things are going now, there are some people, some states, some indigents that will never be represented even in that presidency.
Well, what I said on
but they zone it will make sense.
What I said on that table that Barrister Pink just reference to was that we have the Southwest, Southeast, South, North Central, Northeast, and Northwest.
Yes.
If the North Central is doing for 8 years this time,
and we know that is next.
The next one you bring it to the Southwest.
Let them
then we do zone by zone. So before you know, we'll have Igbo president.
That's what I'm saying.
So we know that next election is coming from the Southeast. Whoever you bring, so APC must bring their candidate from the Southeast.
Exactly.
PDP must bring candidate from the South. So we start to know, but I mean that will not happen until when my own generation gets to the level to amend the constitution. And that's the honest truth, because we have been learning from now. We have been seeing how it's playing out. In the next 20-25 years is when I feel like this thing can be done. Otherwise, it will almost break this country if we continue like this. But as a matter of fact, even now, Atiku knows, Kwankwaso knows, Tambuwa knows, they are not supposed to come close to saying, I want to
it's not documented.
Yes, but it's not documented. But it's not documented.
And all of them, they are all educated in one way or the other.
So this is how this one will make you know that we have greedy politicians in Nigeria, because sometimes there are some unwritten constitution that we followed. There are some things that they never taught us. We learned it by ourselves. There are some right things that we know. These guys know what is right. They know what is wrong. But I will not blame them, because from the First Republic 1963, the way they handed the power over, they made some part of the country feel like they are the boss, they are the owner of Nigeria. They make other part feel like they are less. They actually separated us before we gained that independence.
That is divide and rule.
That's divide and rule, and that was what opened Nigerian war open for the first.
And even the majority tribes, let me tell you, I don't even like that. I've said that before. All our documents are just dividing us. By the time I come to you, you see my tribe, you might just say, there's somebody that duped me from this tribe. And you just carry all your annoyance on that person that you don't even know before. But if you carry your documents, and it's Nigeria, nationality Nigeria, origin Nigeria, everything Nigeria, you will treat me like a human being. You understand? But look at the things that are dividing us. As we are sitting down like this, you don't even know how divided our hearts are. In short, there are some people you feel sorry from because they are from every part of the country and they don't even know where to face. So what they do is that is wear belle face. That is when they will tell you, oh, my mother is Yoruba. They wear belle face. My father is Igbo. Wear belle face. I am Delta too. So it's not supposed to be like that. We should be learning from other African countries. This thing is divided. Look at Rwanda. They have 3 tribes there. People always mistake and think it's just 2. It's because the 2 are the ones fighting. Right. So we have the Twas, we have the Hutu, and we have the Tutsi. These same tribes are the ones, same people in Burundi. These same 3 tribes are the same tribes in Burundi. And these are 2 different countries run by three tribes. So Burundi has not cancelled their own of Twa, this one, but Rwanda saw it as a problem. That genocide that they went through, we have gone through it in Nigeria. People are still thinking that we don't have genocide in Nigeria because of tribe. So cancel it. Let everybody feel safe and call themselves brother and sister. Let your tribe be your personal conviction, not my problem.
But what if it's cancelled, but it's cancelled on paper, it's cancelled in constitution, but it's not cancelled in your mind? That's
why I say it's on you. It's on the person. It's not on me.
So if the person happen to become a leader, don't you know it's going to reflect?
Do you know it's wonderful that I can even speak like Efik, and I'm not Efik. And when you notice, oh, that's my language, I speak with you. You might even be carried away to go ask me, where are you originally from? But because our origin is already saying of, so even if you are speaking the person's language, the person will be calling you a wannabe. People don't know how that thing can psych you out that you have already been treated differently. So they should, you see this one, the first one you mentioned about they should write it in the constitution. And this one I'm speaking about, I'm shocked that they are doing constitutional review. And I was watching it and I got irritated because instead of the women women, we have more vision sometimes than men. We see ahead and we know how destructive it will be for our children. They're hearing, we women are here. We must be represented. I don't like people giving me free tea. I like fighting for my stuff. You can't be giving me special seats because I'm a woman. No, I am offended by that. Because I am a very strong woman. If I want to drag something with you, man, better you just bring out your best card.
All right, Brother Peter just indirectly told Nigerians she doesn't like free thing. So whatever thing she likes to, not to compete, but to work for her money.
Yeah.
So it's a good one. I remember when we were in school and when there is any party, we get to hear boys 1K, ladies free. One evening, the lady said, "This is madness.
Degrading.
If guys are paying 1,000, we will pay 1,000. Because we notice when we come for the free party, the guys just look at us like, "Don't be free, you enter."
Exactly.
Or Benny, turn your back, let's dance, And it caused a lot of chaos until they said, "Okay, guys 1K, ladies 500." I said, "No, we pay 1K together." Although a lot of ladies stopped coming to the party after then because they could not afford 1K. But it's been fun. It's been a wonderful program since we started on this episode. We have Biola Ismail and Barrister Pink. Now guess what? We have a guest on the show to talk about the Lent lesson on the Bumper Breakfast Show today, Monday night, 2026. Today, March 9, 2026. So we'll go on a short break. When we come back, would have to discuss about Lent lesson on the program. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere, because you're definitely going to learn. Either you're a Muslim or you're a Christian. We need to.
singles, step into the love pad where love isn't just found, it's tested.
Moving along. I'm exploring.
Lines blur, desire takes over, and jealousy hits harder than any storm.
I'm jealous, and that's not something I hide.
The book.
Some find romance they've waited for their whole lives, and where there's love, there's bound to be heartbreak. In the love pad, every heartbeat counts, but in the end, who will find true love?
Welcome back to the Monday edition of the Bumper Breakfast Show. Right before we went on the short break, I told you that we'll be having a guest, a man of God, in the studio with us this morning. You see, let me tell you something. There are ways by which you see men of God. When you see them, you know they are spirit-filled, like you can see the Holy Spirit around them. And I'm always glad whenever I have the privilege or opportunity to have conversation. I don't like to call it interview, to have conversation with men of God. And this morning we want to have a conversation about lesson to learn during Lent. Yes, that's what I mean. The questions will be based on about, it's very fortunate this period for Nigeria and all Nigerians that both Lent and Ramadan eventually met at the same time, and it's like the holy month for everybody. I mean, you just have to be holy this period. But sometimes people think fasting is just for fun. Sometimes people just starve themselves. You fast, but yet your waist refuses to change. Some don't even understand why you have to fast this period or why you have to fast. So I just feel like some people just get themselves hungry for nothing. I mean, because at that time when we are fasting, we like to look at the time. The time will not be very, very slow. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know why it's like that. But anyways, let's proceed this morning on the program where we have a man of God who is here with us on the Monday edition of the Bumper Breakfast Show, a pastor, a man of God. He goes by the name Pastor Olajide Moses O. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
This is my colleague. Her name is Barrister Pink.
Oh, Barrister Pink, good
Yes.
morning.
Good morning.
I also say good morning to my viewers at home.
Thank you very much, sir. We are happy to have you on our screen and, of course, on MITV Plus this morning. Yes, we want to talk about lesson to learn during this Lent period. But let me ask you, sir, how do you feel as a man of God this period when Lent and Ramadan clashes together? What's your view about it, sir?
Oh, thank you very much, sir. I think God is just passing a simple message to both the Christian and the Muslim to live a life of unity. And in a country like Nigeria, whereby we have both the Hausa, Igbos, and Yoruba, the simple message is that we should love ourselves. Because you can't talk about fasting without talking about prayer. You can't talk about fasting without talking about repentance. You can't talk about fasting without talking about alms giving. And if you look both the Christians and Muslim, God is actually expecting us to show that repentance, genuine repentance. And with genuine repentance, you love your neighbor. And with this, you can be able to live together as one body. That's
all right. Thank you very much, sir. So before we even ask about lesson, also I'd like to ask, why is this fasting so important for Christian or the Christian race?
It's so important because Jesus Christ himself fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. If you look at Moses himself, Elijah himself, but now let me concentrate on Jesus, who is the center point, who is the Messiah, who is our the one we are emulating as the follower of Jesus Christ. So if you look at fasting, Jesus Christ himself laid a good example. He played the role. Jesus Christ, he loved us so much to an extent that he didn't come as spirit. He came to feel what we too, the way we are feeling. He shared our burden. So he came, he died for us. So the fasting period is a time whereby with genuine repentance, you go back to God. You re-examine yourself. It's a period of spiritual cleansing whereby you commune with God. You go deep. Sometimes you know yourself more than anybody. Whatever you do, probably secretly or publicly, you know. But in the period of fasting, you will examine yourself and make amendments in those areas whereby you are you fall short of his glory. So that's the time you commune with God. You ask for forgiveness. And that's why I talk about repentance. God bless you.
All right. Thank you very much, Barrister Pink. If you have anything you want to ask,
Yes, I
Pastor
want
Moses,
to
please
ask.
go ahead.
Number one, there are some people that are not medically fit, but they want to be part of the fasting. Do you have, because from my own stance, we have exemption, but from the Pentecostal stance, I want to understand, do you have exemption for people that cannot actually fast?
You see, fasting is very good. Every believer should know that. But in terms of health, a lot of people, they are not medically fit. Sometimes people may not be able to hold the fasting till that long time. So medically, if you are fasting, you put yourself into it, that's ignorance. So what you can do is pray, and then the time at which your strength can carry, I think it's advisable. But don't go and damage your liver or You damage your system, and then at the same time you are asking God to fix it. Because Bible says that my people perish for lack of knowledge.
All right. Thank you very much, Pastor Moses. Let's proceed and let's do a tap question and answer. Yeah, because of our time, so I'm just trying to double fast with this beautiful segment. So I want to ask you. I already asked why is it important, to fast, and you mentioned genuine repentance. I mean, some people kind of, especially in the church, I'm sorry, but my personal opinion, I always feel like the highest place you can find hypocrisy is the church, because we are used to when we get to the church, oh, Brother Moses, Brother David, brother. Then when we get, it's like there is church attitude, there is the outside attitude. Yes, and people fast, and sometimes I get to look like, is this fun or not? Because there's even, yes, the Bible supports fasting, but a couple of people are fasting for fasting's sake. Is there like a reward or a punishment for either fasting genuinely or for faking the fast? Apart from some people who claim they are fasting, they probably ate somewhere but they still come outside. Meanwhile, they are church members, they are believers. Is there like a punishment for such, or a reward for fasting?
Okay, reward or punishment. Listen to me. The Bible says, I come quickly to give everyone according to his reward. So what the Bible is saying here is that whether good, whether bad, there is always a reward. And there is always a consequence for every action. If you are not fasting, I always say something. I said, the gateway to revelation is sanctification and not certification. The gateway to revelation is sanctification and not certification, because you cannot get degree of holiness. You can't go to any institution. There's no institution in life that issue degree or certificate for holiness. I said you are holy.
You are qualified to be.
You are qualified.
You are fasted. And it's showing Pharisees.
So when it comes to reward, it is God that gives reward. And you know why God gives reward?
Why?
He knows you more than yourself.
True.
He created you. He formed you. You know something, I call something a CCTV. There's spiritual CCTV that God used to monitor everybody. If you look at the way you are seated there, if you lift your hand like this, you see that there is a shadow. Exactly whatever you do, your shadow will do the same. So you cannot hide. Even if nobody is there, let's assume that two of us, we just decide to live here now. Whatever you do, your shadow will definitely do. That's to tell you also that there is nothing that you do intentionally. God sees, he looks at the heart. But we human, we look at the face. We try, you say something, brother, holy, this and that. People comes to church. You say that church, you easily find hypocrisy in church. I'm not disputing that. Even in beer parlor, you see hypocrisy. The reason why people are saying, oh, church, because they expect that church should be a holy place, that we should emulate Jesus Christ.
True.
So because of that, we are expected to live a life of holiness. Holy life. So doing this, when we live a holy life, there's always a reward. Number one, you will get divine revelation. God cannot share his glory with any man. No matter how close you are to God, there are certain level of revelation that God will never show you if you indulge yourself in sin. Because when God shows you this level of revelation, you will definitely give the glory back to devil or sin. So God gives reward. And the punishment for you not fasting, you get it yourself. Because you don't have You can't say you are if you are not fasting, you can't ask God to reveal himself more to you. God withdrew himself. The presence of God will be far from you.
Okay, that's going to bring me to the next. It's like I'm getting what I want to hear gradually. I want to ask the lessons to learn during fasting. I mean, what you learn and you go out there and make impact. Because I want to believe as a Christian, the reflection of the Holy Spirit, the reflection of Jesus Christ must be on you. Like when you talk, when people see you, when you communicate, they know, okay, this person is carrying a very big spirit that will feel like is bigger than every other spirit. But I want to ask now, what are the lessons to learn during Lent?
You see, in the Bible, when people saw the Christian, they look at them and say, these people must be Christian because there's something they saw in them. And that's the behavior, the attitude, the character, Christ-like.
Christ-like, yeah.
So if you are fasting, and it's not even until you are fasting, it should be your daily routine, your daily life. Like, listen to me. Let me just use this opportunity to crack a joke for you.
Okay, sir.
I said it this morning when I was coming. I said, can you, if somebody does not have good character, you know, character is inbuilt.
Yes.
Character is something that is part and parcel of you. And if you leave a man for a certain period, that man will definitely demonstrate or show his character. And that's why I said that I use an animal for an example. I said cat. Who is going to make cat to repent of not stealing fried meat or fried fish when you put the cat and the fish together?
If you do like this.
I want to ask you, is there any pastor in this world that can lay hand on the...
Even if the cat is not eating the fish, you are scared. Like, what kind of cat is this?
So that takes us to attitude. It may be jokes, but there are some people, there is no amount of fasting that they embark on because they refuse to discipline themselves. They will definitely, sin even during that fasting period. So the fasting period, we are expected to be seen as a child of God in our community, in our family. Fasting should not mean because it is maybe Lent period 40 days, that it should be only for 40 days. The Bible encourages us to be holy, even as our God in heaven is holy. So it should be a daily lifestyle. Holiness should be a daily lifestyle, not just for 40 days. And you are waiting for next year again. 40 days.
You are only
for 40 days.
After that, you go back to...
After that, the Bible, described that as dog that, went back to his vomit. It shouldn't be so. Okay. We are expected to live holy.
Is there a particular Christian that should fast? When I say particular Christian, Pastor Pick make mention of health, but that's not where I'm going. There are some people that are not sanctified enough to fast. They know inside them that I'm not qualified.
Medically?
No, not medically.
Okay.
Like, they know, like, attitude-wise, like they have some other hidden things they are doing, and they know if I fast, it's like a waste of time. And they really want to fast. What should such a person do?
Fasting is to be observed by every genuine and true follower of Christ. Christian. Okay?
Okay.
Now, this is where fasting becomes issue for some people. We have discussed about the medical aspect.
Yes.
Now, we are shifting to the other side. Somebody who knows that he cannot withhold himself. Somebody who knows that he will fall into sin, then fasting becomes a challenge. Because he or she knows himself or herself better than you do. So he knows that somebody during the fasting period that knows that, oh, I'm going to be taking bribe.
Okay, exactly. That's somewhere I'm going. So right on, Pastor.
I'm going to be taking bribe. Then it becomes,
because if he does not take bribe, he will not even survive the day.
he will not survive the day.
So he needs to take bribe.
And somebody who is acting under the leadership of somebody who is a boss, and your boss is telling you to lie in order to get that job done, and you are fasting, it's a challenge.
Is the fast in vain?
It's a challenge. Listen to me. God said, I am holy. And God expects us to be holy. And I want to say this today. There is nothing like partial holiness. You must be holy. You must be holy. And that's why I say that even there's nothing like partial truth. Truth is truth. So if you are fasting, you are fasting. If you are not fasting, you are not fasting. So the moment you commit sin or you are doing what is against the law of God of fasting, then the fasting is not being accepted.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Because of our time, I have to let Pastor go so that we can continue with the Monday edition of the Bomber Breakfast Show. We also have a very limited time on set. But before I let you go, sir, I'd like you to say a final word on the program this morning about fasting and a word of encouragement to those who have the energy to fast, but they are just lazy to fast.
Well, my word of encouragement this morning is both to those who are fasting and to those who are not observing their fasting. For those who are fasting, the Bible made us to understand that Jesus is the one who will diligently reward us. So you are not fasting in vain. Even though things may look tough and you may see that there is no road or roadblock, please just wait patiently. God will reward you at the end. And for those who are not fasting and those who are falling into sin, the only thing I can tell you is that repent. Once you repent, there is what is called grace. God will give you the grace to come closer to him. He will never cast you away because he came because of sinners. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Pastor Olajide Moses. God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
We are very glad to have you, sir. Can I ask the name of your ministry, sir?
Zion City Light Ministry, situated in Surulere, Lagos, Abuja.
Thank you very much. You are the leading pastor in the church,
Yes,
sir.
by special grace of God.
Thank you very much, sir. We are glad to have you on set this
very
morning. And we hope maybe during the Easter period we can also invite you again on the show, sir, to have conversation. God bless you, sir.
It's a pleasure.
We'll go on a short break and I'll be bringing Abiola Ismail back when we'll be having the newspaper review. You know, it is not all stories that are lucky to make it to the front pages of Nigerian dailies. We'll take a look at the ones that were able to. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Well, that was a fantastic interview or beautiful conversation from Pastor Moses, who has chosen to, let us have out of his time or share out of his time on the show this morning. Still the Monday edition of the Bomber Breakfast Show. I said earlier that it is not all stories that are lucky to make it to the front pages of some Nigerians daily. We're going to be checking about 4 Nigerian newspapers this morning, and we'll definitely talk about a few of them. I'll be starting with The Guardian this morning. OD, please take note. The Guardian this morning, and I'll be taking from the banner headline this morning. Stakeholders may forfeit dividends as CBN penalizes insider abuse. And you have a picture story of that. OD, please, if you have that picture, kindly put it on the screen for Nigerians to see. The above the nameplate, walk to talk on security emergency. Ndume tells Tinubu. PDP governors preach peace ahead of appeal court verdict on party leadership. Today, we'll know what's up with the leadership of the People's Democratic Party. Women stakeholders help on empowerment, inclusion on International Day. Yesterday was International Women's Day. Apologies to all our mothers. I mean, just keep in mind a little bit. But now, let me quickly use this opportunity to celebrate from a baby girl to a girl child to a girl to a lady, teenage lady, to a youth lady, to a bold lady, to a woman, to a mother, to grandmother, great grandmother, and all our female leaders, to the heroes past, the likes of Fumi Kuti and the likes Dora Akuili, and those ones that are still present, the likes of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, the likes of the First Lady, Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu, the likes of the First Lady in Lagos, Mrs. Ajoke Sanwo-Olu.
Yes, Doctor.
Yeah, Dr. Sanwo-Olu, Ajoke Sanwo-Olu, and every mothers, female that are holding one or two positions. Would like to celebrate you. Congratulations to you for making another International Women's Day. We love you. We continue to love you. As a guy, becoming a man, I know without a woman, we are nobody. How will I even see a bus that will drive me to the world if I did not hide inside somebody's tummy? My father cannot get pregnant. And even if he have pregnant, he cannot push in the hospital. The only pregnant men have is after taking a lot of water, beer, and some meat, and make their tummy to be big. And you say, Daddy, you are pregnant, and mom is not. Your dad is not pregnant. Your daddy just like to drink.
So also mention widows.
And widows, yes, widows. It's funny, my mother is a widow, widows too, and especially for my mother too. So, do you want to greet your wife?
Yeah. Happy intention.
Look at the camera, where's your wife?
I've already done that yesterday.
All right, thank you. And Barrister Pink, you have some female you like to appreciate.
Yeah, so I will appreciate all the ladies in the building here. Everybody's working hard in one way or the other. I want to generalize it because if I start picking up, it's like Christmas greeting. I want to make a request on my mommy and my daddy, Mr. and Mrs. So I don't want to go to that point, but I want to greet all the women in Nigeria. We are very strong women in Nigeria. It's only that I want us to be straightforward and we should not be shouting.
Straightforward, shouting, make me understand.
You know, sometimes when you put women in power, you'll be expecting them to do better. Us that can do it, we are not there.
All right, Barrister Pink, let's go straight to The Guardian this morning. That's the story where I'm picking my stories from. Like I said earlier, those are the local stories that made it to the front page of The Guardian this morning. Odi, you can please bring back to the screen. And then you have all the story. Custom blames banks, orders for failed 24 hours ports operation. Customs blames banks, others for failed 24 hours reports operation. NIDO flew arrest of 42 Nigerians in Mozambique, demand release. Other stories, 2027 poll will be Nigerians against bad leadership, says Peter Obi. IWD NHRC raises alarm over early marriages. I mean, we're coming back to that anyways. Serap sues federal government over alleged mass phone tapping regulations. Petrol price may hit 1,400 naira per liter as Dangote refinery loading stalls. And finally, on The Guardian this morning, bandits attack Sokoto community at Zamfara, holds emergency security meeting. I mean, let me just, whenever I hear insecurity, I mean, I just quickly want to pay attention to it. And Abiola Ismail, let me ask you, because, you know, seems like you're conversant with one or two things. When Donald Trump visited Nigeria through his troops last year, December 25, the early hour of the Christmas, and there, you know, there was an operation in the early hour of Christmas, and we thought that this will help reduce insurgency. Unfortunately, reverse is the case. What is happening with Nigerian security architecture? Because these guys continue to kill. A few days ago, they were in Borno, Ungoche. The first thing they did was to attack the military base in Ungoche, Borno. And after that, they took over, and they came back to claim, oh, we did this. The fact that the insurgency always come back to take responsibility for their actions, and it seems like the government don't even know the right place to get these people, to look for these people. Are we moving backward in terms of security in Nigeria?
To be sincere with you, we are not doing the right thing, to the best of my knowledge.
I think we are not doing the right thing, or we are not doing it enough.
We are not doing the right thing. If we do the right thing,
we
have gotten the insurgent, we have gotten their base. And once we uproot the base, we weaken the branches. That's the best way, I believe. Now, when the U.S. military forces, should I say invaded Nigeria, or when they came to Nigeria,
it was with our consent. The government is aware. So,
even if the government is not aware, they said they are aware.
They said they are aware. So they came, and in that period, we saw some footages of what they did, and we thought they were able to neutralize.
There was no arrest.
No arrest, but just neutralize the so-called terrorists. At that
but they
time.
are still operating.
My brother, they are more than what we expected. Because for now, they moved from Sokoto to Zamfara. They are now in Borno. What they did last week was, in fact, it was too much to get a soldier down. And one of the problems we are facing is our military, our officers will be denying that 39 soldiers were not killed. They were this, and at the end of the day, you still come back and tell us, actually, when we counted, when we have the head count, we saw that it's only 12. Either 12 or 15 or 19 or 39. They are human beings like us. They are family like us. Why I said that they are not doing the right thing is because I want to believe they know who to go and arrest. They know who to go and pin down to get these people.
And the government
they know.
So why?
And they are just eating. Look at the budget. Security vote. No account for it. You're just taking what that money is meant for what?
So that means if we talk about corruption, we can gladly say that it's not just about the public office holder or elected representative.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
I mean, because this morning there was a news on the social media that for you to get promoted to Assistant Commissioner of Police, you would pay 5 million. However, the Nigerian Police Force came out quickly to debunk that information. But looking at how police, take bribes from Nigeria, I know in law, both who is giving the bribe and who is taking it are both offenders.
Yes.
So if you have to find your way or bribe your way to get to Assistant Commissioner of Police, you bribe your way to get to Commissioner of Police, there is no how you want to be a saint in that office, because you might have taken a loan for that promotion, and when you get there, you do everything possible to pay back. Exactly what is happening in the Nigerian political sector. But anyways, let's take a look at what is happening in the nation this morning, Barrister P. What is going on in the Nation newspaper this morning? And we see a lucky story that made it there. Odi, the Nation newspaper this morning.
The Nation. Celebration of resilience, roles in development, marks International Women's Day. That is coming from our First Lady. Then factions, trade, blame over attack on Oyo S Deputy Governor's home. That you find on page 8 of The Nation. Then Judgment Day for PDP. Appeal Court judgment today in 9 consolidated cases on crisis. Chieftain in fresh move to save party. Then let's quickly move over to ECOWAS pushes ahead with common currency plan. Then coming from the central bank, they say bank's value rise to 30 trillion naira. Recapitalization attract fresh injections. I think that is all for The Nation. They don't have much.
All right, thank you very much, the Barrister Pink on The Nation. But let's just quickly check a story that you made. It's a judgment day for PDP. I mean, I would have loved us to look at that story, but I've seen the story this morning, and it's about
Wike and Makinde.
Sheyi Makinde.
Yes.
So, Abiola Ismail, let's quickly look at it. I mean, politically, do you think Makinde will survive Wike? Because Wike seems to be more powerful, both in PDP and in APC. He's controlling both the river and Abuja, and yet there is a federal might. At the last election they did in Abuja, he really pulled his stunt. He has just been in Abuja as a minister for about 2 years plus, and he could pull an election against the ADC, against the PDP, against the Labour Party. Out of 6 councils, he won 5 and he lost 1. And to me, that's 8. If you ask me, we've not heard any form of. The only thing I only heard about the election was that it declared public holiday on Friday, that everybody should go to their various local government. I was surprised when opposition came out to say, why will it declare public holiday? According to Femi Falana, he said he does not have the constitutional right as a minister to declare a public holiday. But I feel, as a minister of Federal Capital Territory, it's more like a governor.
It's more like,
but it's not.
It's more like,
yeah, you're right.
Like a
just to
governor.
emphasize that.
But because that is where the supreme leader lives. I mean, when I say supreme leader, I'm not calling him the supreme leader. But that is where the president lives, and it's like the Obalufe and the Oni of Ife. The Oni is the supreme king there. So, but then I was surprised when they say it does not have the constitutional rights.
Yes.
But that was the only thing they mentioned, that for declaring public holiday affected people to move around.
But does that now affected the results of the election?
That's why I'm asking.
No, there's something you people are not paying attention to.
Okay, tell
so
me.
if you call him like a governor,
Yes.
but it's not
It's
in
not the
Rivers
governor,
State,
yes.
Yeah, I know.
but in another state, which is the state capital, right?
Yes.
So there's a problem there.
So
there's a legal
Are we not
issue.
saying that there should be a rerun of that election, or they will just count it as
No, because to me, in every
it's
state
two-
where there
it's two
will
different
in every state
issues.
where there will be election, Barrister Pink, a day before the election, there is always a break and there's always a coffee.
But there's a sitting governor.
where we have a sitting minister for that jurisdiction. What do we now call it?
Now let me tell you, his jurisdiction stopped at Abuja.
It's declared
minister-
political.
It's not in Rivers.
Not in Rivers, so in
They are
Abuja.
talking
Okay, now,
about-
Yes, in Abuja.
But it's not constitutional. The truth is
And
that
that's-
that was
INEC, there's INEC there.
Okay.
INEC would have, based on the constitution, anytime there is election, there should be no movement.
Yes.
And that's where the executive comes in, the police.
And that was.
I hope you understand. But the place of the minister, we say based on how it's being done. You don't see it as a law.
And so we don't
Since
know.
it's not
so
law,
Barrister
we
Pink,
don't know
we don't
how
know
he
how
puts-
he puts his words together. But I know that he's in charge of the Federal Capital Territory Administration.
But the truth is that there's a president sitting down there.
Yeah, but the president will not carry out the minister's assignment.
So that's why they are challenging him.
that he does not have the right to declare
public
Public holiday.
Now,
There are
for
public
declaring-
holidays that
Yes.
are declared.
Yeah, by the president.
But governors too
Also
can
can
declare.
declare, yes.
But there is this norm that anytime there's an election, that there will be public holiday.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly what-
and
No, but I'm not saying
pronouncement
that for now
is
declaring
different
public
from
holiday.
norm.
So the thing is, when he declared a public
Holiday.
holiday, he did not. I'm not sure he declared for
Only
both
APC,
pepper seller
no.
and this seller because he's in charge of the affairs of Abuja administration.
Yes.
He pays the salary of the workers, so he can easily say, okay, you guys no work on Friday. Go and prepare for your election
that?
in different.
That
local
sounds
government.
okay.
Yes,
But
and
declaring
do you know
is
that
another thing.
anytime
For
there
using
is
the
a
word
anytime
declaring.
there is a public holiday for civil servants, we majorly feel like it's a general public
Public
holiday.
holiday.
You see people not opening their shop and say, there
There's
is
public.
holiday. You understand? Maybe on Workers' Day.
My
that there
concern
is-
now is for using that word,
Declaration.
declaration. Does that mean that the election that come thereafter will be cancelled?
Of
So
course,
there's a
Or-
different there's a difference between norm and law. So he based his declaration on
On
norm.
norms, eh?
So there's nothing wrong with the election, but he can face lawsuits
Okay.
for that.
Okay, thank
For
you.
declaration.
Either they face lawsuit or not. That's their own family. But I want to
Let's
talk
talk
about
about
Seyi
Seyi
Makinde
Makinde
and
Wike.
Wike. So Abiola Ismail,
Let-
do you think Seyi
Seyi
Makinde
Makinde
has
can-
the political capacity?
But this time around, it's not a matter of political capacity. We are going to the appeal courts. Hello, and when we get there, it is now depend on your counsel and my counsel to now
Fat on facts.
to now defend our case. Now look at it. Wike is a stronghold of PDP, no matter what. Forget about it, man is
And
working
he's a
for
lawyer,
APC.
by the way.
As a lawyer, but he also knows all these lines in constitution that okay, that back me on and I can support it with this and all that. Makinde is not a pushover. Makinde is not a pushover. Makinde can give you head to head when it comes to politics
In Ibadan.
in Ibadan.
In Oyo State.
Even in Southwest.
I doubt.
In Southwest, I can
I
say
just
it.
want to take an exception
Yes,
to that
in
because
Southwest.
it
Because-
took Seyi Makinde to
Okay.
declare for Tinubu for him to be successful in the second term election.
Don't say that.
But that was what happened. They eventually
Are you
had
now
a
saying that
G5
because
governor.
sorry? Now are you now saying that because Afghan,
Yes,
Anambra,
yes,
Soludo
yes.
declared for that we don't have any president, we have a consensus party president in person of Mr. President. Does that not make him to be?
No. If you check, if you check,
No.
Abga, they don't really have president.
They don't have president, so
They,
you
But
can,
they
PDP
always have presidential candidates. They don't just always get to top 5.
No, they don't even present.
Last election
Last
they
year
had.
they had.
They had,
Yes,
okay.
last
But they
election
really
they
don't
had.
present.
I know.
for this-
But
because
the
that's
truth is
only
that PDP,
state.
once upon a time, was an opposition. And if we check most of the things, our dear, I will use the word excellency so that he will not be so angry with me. But the truth is that most of the things I see him doing looks anti-party.
Anti-party is more or less of APC.
I hope you
You
understand.
mean
Soludo.
Wike, no Wike.
Wike,
Of
okay.
course,
So
yes.
on that ground,
Right,
if His Excellency Seyi Makinde, if you have a very good and very smart lawyer, I'm telling you, anti-party is a strong ground.
So this anti-party system
and
you
we
are
are
talking
ready,
about
and today will be-
started with Seyi Makinde in it.
The
It
party.
was Seyi Makinde of Oyo State.
State.
It was
Benue.
Wike of Rivers State.
State.
It was
Otom.
Samuel Otom of
Benue
Benue.
State.
It was Ifeanyi of
Ifeanyi.
Enugu
Yeah.
and Okezu Ikpazu of Abia.
Abia. Five of
They
them,
all
5G.
they supported with the likes of former governor like Fayose
Fayose.
and some other people who supported them. So they started these anti-party things together,
And
and
no
it
more
seems
working.
like Wike find his way to be closer to the president.
He's not finding his way. I think the president looked at Wike. Wike, when he was a
He's a
governor,
Rolex politician.
I watch. See, I say I will sit down like
I
this
followed
just to
Wike from beginning
yes,
to the end.
forget
Because
his choir.
Especially, I can't
Forget
forget.
his choir.
I'm sorry. I cannot forget.
I can't forget it.
But you see, every time he's always executing one project
Yes.
or the
They
other.
call him Mr. Project.
That's what I'm saying.
Level
That
one,
is impressive.
Level 3, level 4, level 5.
That's his voice.
Tell me who have not paid that. We have done everything possible. in
So
this
the thing is that everything he said he was going to do, he did it.
Yeah.
That alone.
Same thing in
His
Abuja that is
CV,
going
let
on.
me tell you, his CV is speaking for him already. So if you're a smart president, you need Wike. I thought Wike would be the minister of works.
What? I thought the same thing.
So I never saw him in Abuja until
fact-
I found out why they pushed him to Abuja.
Why?
Why?
Tell us.
Because
You
of the
defend this-
pockets of
Listen.
market people that keep springing out around the what would I say?
The eyebrow of
The highbrow, yeah, the GRA of Abuja. You see some people will just gather. One person will start kilishi today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you see 10 of them selling kilishi. Those things are very, very sensitive when it comes to.
So you feel being the minister of Abuja was
He's
intentional?
it was intentional, and he's somebody that does not care because he believes that you're supposed to know the right thing to do.
When you say he does not care, I mean, are you saying he does not care in a positive way?
In
like
a positive way, that you are supposed to know that this is not a marketplace. There are some places carved out for market. So he's that kind of person that would like look.
And he's
This
been
is a
carrying
lawyer,
out his
so he
obligation.
knows all the legalities attached to it.
Okay, let me come back to you, Abiola Ismail, because you seem to have more faith in Sheyi Makinde. You
Yes.
have just said
Yes.
in the southwest, and
Yes.
and I will tell you for one fact now, they had the first convention in southwest, in the capital of Oyo State, Ibadan.
Yeah.
But when Wike stepped in, everything scattered. As a matter of fact, Wike they had to appoint acting national working committee.
Which
after
now that's where my concern, and thank God that we have a lawyer here. After the convention, Wike came up with his own committee, which was recognized. Now, would that committee be the one fighting for
those
supporting
are
Wike?
they are the one going to court now.
Now going to court now.
They are the one going to
Now,
court now.
why I'm saying that Sheyi Makinde has a stronger. Before you go for convention, you must have had meetings with your national working committee to pick the date for the convention and what we are going to do at that convention. Okay. Now, for Makinde to have brought all these people together to Ibadan to have such a convention, I believe we have a very strong.
So let me say something now quickly, sir. Where I feel like Wike has destroyed the People's Democratic Party. I don't want to say
And
it's
congrats
that,
to him.
because he's playing out. I will tell you that in the South, the last election 2023, Wike has found his way to make the South APC states now. The last election, Sheriff Oborifori of Delta State was elected under the platform of PDP. The likes of the Bayelsa one, the one that said Wike must not enter Bayelsa, Duroye Ediri, he has now defected to the APC. Sheriff of Delta has defected to the APC. Pastor Eno Omo of Akwa Ibom has defected to APC. Fubara, with all the stress and wala, and he has defected to the APC. Then Governor Prince Otu of Cross River is in APC. Then you have our Gamonde of Kwebolo. I mean, he's already in APC, he's an APC. So it was just 2 APC states in the 6 South state. Now the whole South state is APC state. And you cannot remove the influence of Wike in that process, right? And now you check some other states in the north. Imagine that the Northerners are standing up to support Wike, to back Wike when he was having issue with some other governors, because the APC governors in the south were against him because of Fubara's movement. And some governors in the north stood up to support Wike. That shows this man got to Abuja, he started building his political territory. Like, okay, let me get it. And he has been campaigning for His Excellency President Tinubu. Don't forget, Wike also came second in the PDP convention the last time against Atiku. If the likes of Tambowa had not stepped down for Atiku and some other people who stepped down for Atiku, I don't think he can defeat Wike. Wike would have defeated Atiku, but there was a snitch during the time minute to finish the election, and that was that. The margin between Atiku and Wike was so close compared to the margin between Tinubu and Amechi. Tinubu had about 1,000 plus, Amechi had about 300 plus. Then the Oshibajos had about 50 and maybe. So I just when you are talking about their influence, if Makinde had contested in that convention in the last PDP election, I doubt if Makinde would be able to pull 50 votes. Even in the APC, can you imagine that Rotimi Amechi defeated the former vice president,
Yes,
Osinbajo,
Osinbajo.
somebody who were looking like the favorites, like, oh, they should hand over. Whenever Buhari is out and he stepped in as acting president, you would always feel the change, that somebody is here. There was a time that he sacked the DSS director because he went to interfere in the National Assembly and affected the likes of Saraki, and he saw it, he sacked him, like, you are not worthy to be here. Maybe if you have had somebody like that. Even former governor of Kogi, Yaya Bello, he pulled about 50 votes, you know. I mean, the only person that I know that was really, you know, crowing was Tunde Bakare, pastor. I think it was only his vote, maybe 1 or 2 or less, you know. So I'm just saying, this influence of wicked
it's already in court already. Let's see what the juries will look at and come up with. Okay.
Okay.
After appeal court,
we have
The Supreme Court.
we have limited time, so we'll just glance through other stories. Let's take a look at what is going on the Punch newspaper this morning.
From the Punch newspaper, the banner headline here says, NNPC may supply foreign crude to Dangote refineries. And we have right here, third fuel price hike looms. Motorists groom as petrol near 1,200 per litre. Under one, Dangote suspend fuel sale briefly amid rising prices, marketers say. Another one, Nigeria triple crude imports from US is in 1 year amid rising local shortage. And another story here is debt servicing surpasses capital spending by 3.9 trillion naira in 2 years. And Pope warned of regional spillover from Israel-Iran war. Facts subcommittees get 11.5 billion naira for 2026 budget planning. Other stories on the front page of Punch newspaper. Rising opposition attacks sparks concern ahead of 2027 election. 2027 election, Lagos APC vows to reverse 2023 presidential laws. And the last one, IWD, Tinubu governors seek stronger policies for women's empowerment. That's the International Women's Day.
Yes.
And the major story here, like we discussed last week, is NNPC may supply foreign crude to Dangote refinery. Are we now being...
I was saying we don't have crude in Nigeria again.
Not only that, that means our submission here, our position here is being supported with this statement that NNPC are not doing enough. That means we are not even producing, we are not getting enough crude oil according to OPEC standard for us. Okay, Nigeria supplied 2.2, we are unable to supply.
Is it true that, you know, sometimes we use our natural resources like crude oil to service debt?
To service debt, yes.
So by the time they take all their oil, there is nothing remaining.
Nothing to pay for.
So it's not like we don't have. It's just like it does not belong to us.
It's not at all. It doesn't belong to you.
Why are we servicing debt when we have other mineral resources?
Maybe that's one of the reasons why the president is looking at non-oil
export.
What's it called? Non-oil funding, or there's a way you call it. I mean, let me make my money from taxes and all that thing aside from oil. So let oil, you know, finish whatever thing they've started with it. You know, it's politics. It's really broad. You'll continue to talk about it from now to tomorrow. And there are some particular things that you talk that you need to have experts to expatiate that in particular. I won't be able to take, you know, the whole of the stories of the Nigerian Tribune, but just lead to the banner headline, Nigerian Tribune, political parties defile over IPAC's threat to boycott 2027 election. The writer says it is desirable, NNPP said, it's too early, but not first close ADC. Our focus is how to put our house in order, Labour Party. We are against undemocratical chain of APC-controlled National Assembly, SDP says. We will encourage them to boycott, APC says. Lawyer CSO's weighing. It's going to be a fantastic election, but please don't let it be bloody, but let it to be transparent, right? So that we know everything that would happen. Well, this is the best we can bring to you this morning on the Monday edition of the Bomber Breakfast Show on MITV Plus. We'll be signing out from Abiola Ismail.
My statement just to go by the way what Pope just said. Let's be conscious of what is going on between Iran, Israel, and US. It might, you know, get to regional. It might escalate. This is for us just to be guided with what we do, what we say so that at least there will be peace.
Thank you very much. Barrister Pink.
I am Barrister Pink Egbe. Bye for now.
Thank you very much. I am Ambassador Robin Emmanuel Oluwafemi. For short, you can call me Real, and I want to say continue to watch MITV Plus. We'll see you again by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's a bye-bye from all of us.
Bye.
That was good.